Hello guys and welcome back. My name's Mike and this is Unity 2022.3.26 F1 and this is a 2D platformer game I'm working on for my next university project. It's called The Caverns of Torment, and basically it's just a 2D platformer. So at the moment, I can show you what we've got. I've basically got a simple platform. This was just for kind of fine tuning the jump. I believe I wrote down the variables. Where did I put my backpack? I'm pretty sure I wrote down the variables. I was trying to fine tune the jump. Anyway, this is what we've got. This red platform is literally the jump. And these platforms here haven't got this yet. I've not placed it up there. This was just put here just for testing. Trying to get the jump just right. I've got about 8 variables affecting the jump. It does take some fine tuning. I'm still not 100% with it. Now what I've created some sound effects. So I wanted to try and put some footsteps in, jump sound, just add a bit more life to our character. So I'll show you what we've got working at the moment. So the camera's set to be at that kind of zoom level. So we have the sprite is, if I just hide that, there we go. So this is what we've got at the moment, guys. Where is, there they are. So it needs some fine tuning. The jump's actually quite, it's a tiny bit tricky just to get right. I'm just wondering actually if it might be on the script graph. It's to do with the acceleration, if there's any friction. I'm not too sure. But we've got the, hey Aaron, welcome back to the stream. Hey dude. Sorry for not being around much, dude. I've been very busy with 3 games this trimester. I've really got my hands full. I'm really tired as well. But I wanted to stream some of this because I've been very heavy in written essays, loads of documentation, flowcharts, user interface, planning, all sorts of stuff. So I wanted to get some work on this platformer done. I've already been doing the level design on graph paper. But I was just saying a few moments ago, I've made some sound effects. So at the moment, I have these ones working. I did have, why is the jump one not working? Oh, sorry, I do have the jump animation. Sorry, it was the full animation. So this is what I need to put in for the full. But I wanted to add a sound effect in for the character, just so it's got a bit more life. So I've not played with sound on this yet. I know how to do it in Unreal. So basically it's going to be when the player jumps, when space is pressed, can jump, add force, timing it. Right, so basically, if they can jump, we add the force. So it's kind of just after this one, we need to add a sound effect. I don't know if control space, no it doesn't. Okay, so I know where I need to place the jump sound. So I've made some really cool sound effects. I'm really happy with them. If I just extend this and sever that, move this up. It's this one I want to play. And then we've got a landing one. Okay, so I need to play jump. So if I go to the script graph, audio clip. Audio source, play. What? Okay, right. I've not done this, but I've not done... You've got to bear in mind, guys, I know loads in Unreal from the previous 2 games I've made, but Unity's a little bit different, so I just need to... Let's have a look what options we've got here. I don't want to just look on the internet and find out. I'd like to try and, you know, find out myself. But if it takes too long, then I'll obviously have a look. Right. Audio listener, I get the impression is maybe to do with AI sensing the player maybe. Audio source play. Can I drag? Why can't I? You would think. Okay, let's go in, jump. Load in background. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? I feel like a right noob. Audio source play. This. Get clip? Maybe? That doesn't even plug into that. Why is that not showing? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to have a quick Google. This is going to wind me up. 1 second. You've got to create a game object. Really? Really? Audio source. I'm going to call it SFX. Jump. Okay. Audio clip. Jump. Output. Play on awake. I don't want it to loop. Okay, so I need... Right, okay, sorry. I'm just trying to get my head around this. So we've created a game object and it's audio. I have to think of these parts kind of like blueprints. Or actors, sorry. The way they're work. It's really weird jumping from two different engines trying to understand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, okay. So we've got our SFX jump. Right. Okay. Audio source. So that is on there. Okay. Are you joking? So I have to do... I'm reading what to do here. Apparently... That can't be right. So I... Oh, Jesus Christ. So I can't drag this in here. Do I have to add a... I don't even know if I'm doing this right. It seems so. I don't even know if this is the right way. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. I need to read through this again. Right. Oh, hold on a minute. Select the game object in the hierarchy. Hold on a minute. I'm being a bit of a numpty here. Bear with me. Get rid of that. Right. Player. Add component. Audio source. Oops. Oh, God. Jump. Okay. The jump is associated to the player. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's see. Get audio source. Play. What I don't like is it's not... This doesn't feel right. We have the audio source, but what I don't like is it's we need... Get. Connect the execution. Get component audio source. Game object. Get component. Audio source. So so basically, I'm learning it. You have to bear in mind, I was this slow when I was first using Unreal, so you have to bear that in mind. I understand the flow. It's slightly different. Some of the terminology, the way some of the code works, it's slightly worded differently, but I understand the flow. It's just trying to locate the bits of code I need to do what I want it to do, if that makes sense. Right, so we're getting a component and this object, which is the player, and I've put the audio source on the player as a component. So we're saying get the audio source, so get component, play clip. Play clip. Hey! Okay. I don't want it to play at the point though, I just want it to play. I don't have a third. I shouldn't. Let's just see if this works first of all. Okay. Here we go. Moment of truth, guys. I can hear it. I might need to turn the volume up on it. Volume is 1. Really? Sounds really quiet. Are you guys getting that audio? 1 second, let me just check. Desktop audio. I'm hoping you'll be able to hear that. Can you hear this? I can hear that, it's really quiet. One second. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. I can see the bar. If I turn that up, I can hear it. It's just, to me, that's really quiet. Why is it so quiet though, dude? Jump. That's how loud it is. You can hear that, right? that's how loud it is. But in here, listen. It's really quiet. I'm wondering, oh, I think I know why. I think it's because on the script graph it's playing it at 000. Whereas I want to get the X and Y position. There we go. Get position of this. Let's see if that works. That is so goddamn quiet, dude. I really don't know why that's been quiet. We're getting the XYZ. This should be getting the XYZ of the that should be getting the XYZ of my character, right? Get position. Thanks, dude. This is very basic, dude. It's yeah, I mean this is literally all I've done, dude, is like get a tile map, just paint a few of these squares with the textures, and that's all I've done. I didn't make any of the art. These are all assets for the project. But it's, yeah, all I've done is get the player moving. Followed a few handouts from uni. We got the player movement, but I've added in the animations, like worked through the animations and got that sorted. It's been a bit of a learning curve, but thank you, dude. Right. Clip, jump. Is there anything in here that is making it quiet? You should. You really should, dude. Yeah, you really should. They're great fun. Great fun. Play on awake. I'm gonna untick that. Oh, nice. That's on my list of things to do to learn Blender. I bought a massive tutorial pack last year. I just haven't had the time to sit down and go through it. It's lots of hours. I mean, lots. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to... Let's click loop. Nice. I'm really puzzled with this, why it's being quieter than it plays on my system, and I don't know why that is. I have a feeling... You know what? I'm just going to quickly test something, okay? Because if that is getting played, like if I flip to 3D, right? If I... Right. Right, so my character is right there, okay? And their position is minus 5.5, minus 2.50. So I'm just going to test this. I'm going to put these coordinates into here and see if it will play it at the volume it should be playing it at. Are you guys even hearing that? If anyone watching has used Unity and knows why this clip, I will show you, this clip is not that quiet. This is how loud that clip is. Can you hear that? I'm watching on Streamlabs. I can see how high that green bar's going. That is how loud it should be. Okay? And this, you can barely hear it. I genuinely don't know. If anyone knows why that's coming through so quiet, do let me know. I mean, it's looking like it's at max volume. These are default settings, and I've changed the coordinates, and I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave that for the time being, so I don't want to waste time. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I don't want to waste time on it. Let's put in the sound effect for the landing. So I kind of want to remove that, you know. If I remove that, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I've just noticed something. Notice that when she's idle, she's not doing a jump animation. But when she's running and jumps, she does that. I need to fix that. So that's from idle to jump. Idle to jump. So the running is jumping. True. Okay. Is jumping. Okay, so is, bear with me, is jumping. So that's for the moving. Okay, alright, I see, I see, I see. um, right, give me one moment. I know what's happened there. Right, I will show you. Right, so basically, when we're running and we jump, the animation transitions from running to jumping. But if I jump when I'm in the idle position, it's not doing it because this bit of code here, this is a boolean I added in for the animator. So this is to do with the ground check. So it's basically casting array. Give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Right, so when it's pressed, if they can jump, if it's true, if they can jump and it's true, we should set the boot, no. Yes, no, we should put it in there, but it's this ground check. This null check is confusing. Null check, like null and not null. Null would mean no, and not null would mean yes. that's how I read that. It's just confusing as hell. Right, so this is to check if they can jump. It's a ray cast. Okay. If they can't jump, we set it. Hold on. Okay, so if can jump is off, that means they are jumping, which is why that's been done. Right, I think what I need to do, I'm just going to show you again, guys. You can see what's happening here. I'm just going to show you the fix. So when I jump from idle up, you can see the animation isn't changing. But when I'm running and jumping, you see her hair floats and the skirt or cloak kind of moves. We need to get that animation from static. And I think the fix to that is as follows. So I am going to copy this bit here, set the variable, because when we add the force, if we can jump, we're going to add it in here and it shouldn't mess up the other code. I'm confident of that. So I'm just going to, if it's true, we unplug that, move this. Oh, fuck me. That is really annoying. Why can't I? There we go. Right, and then I'm going to paste that in there. Okay. Now, hopefully it should do it. Oh, dudes. Alright, let's... Fuck's sake. This is really annoying. Let's plug that back in. I'm going to add in another sound effect. So, ground check. Oh, jump full check. There we go. Right, at what point... It's very tricky, this. I don't know where to put in. Basically, I need to put in the sound effect for when she hits the floor. We've got the sound for when she jumps, that's working fine. We've got the jump timer. But we need, what we need We need to play the sound. I don't know where to put it though. It's kind of like, because obviously every point on the map, like if I just double click that, okay, her Y position at the moment is always that because of the platform. We jump up, it goes up. It's like, let me see what bit of code. I'm wondering if it's down here. Right. Something's happening there. Okay. You see that? Can you see these bars are highlighting when I... There. So when I bounce down, it goes to this. That is where I need to put it. So you're just watching the code flow and you can see the boxes are changing colour. So basically this is where I need to do it. No, I don't think it is actually. No. No, that would be wrong because that's doing it every frame. So we don't want it to do it there. Oh, this is really tricky. That's... Why is that? That's so annoying. I've got that one working fine. It's it's here. I don't know why that arrow is green. Idle to run, idle to jump. Are you joking? That was the problem. Now it's working. What? Don't do that to me, dude. Come on. So it was to do with that little checkbox. On here. The checkbox. Now it's working. That is so annoying. So I was faffing about in the player all that time, like, where do I put it in? And it was a tick box. That's the only thing. Oops. I've just got to test that again. That's so annoying. Okay. Right. Running, jumping, idle to jumping. Okay. Okay. I need somehow. So this code. I'm gonna call this. Okay. Right, now there's something I wanted to do. Right, I'm happy. The jump animation is playing. The run to jump animation is playing. I'm happy. Problem sorted there. I need to make a note of that. Bug testing. I've got to keep track of these things. Okay. So on Unreal, I added footsteps for my character on the forest game. Now I have one footstep that I want to play because I'm just wondering, it's going to go under the movement, so if I just play and watch the graph here, I have a feeling it might be better to go up here. Hold on. I can actually get rid of that sequence and just plug that straight in there. And that should still function correctly. I didn't need that. Yeah. I didn't need there to be a sequence there. Okay, I'm just trying to think. I'm wondering if I should have a separate thing for footsteps. So if velocity, get velocity. That's really hard to see there. So if the x velocity is above 2, we want to play the footsteps. So okay, I think I know. Okay. So annoying. Right, how are we going to do this? So, movement. Okay. So, on fixed event is every frame. I think that's the same for down here. On update event. Right, so what we're doing here I'm going to have an if. So if the velocity of x, right, I'm going to explain what I'm doing here. So what we're doing is we're going to say we're not getting the y because we only want the footsteps to be playing when she's moving on the x-axis. We don't want footsteps playing if she's airborne, as in on the y-axis. So we only want to know if there's velocity on the x-axis. If there is velocity on the x-axis that's greater than 2, then we will play footstep on loop. I believe that's greater than 2. So if A is greater than 2, and that's true, Then we're going to get the component. Oops. Can I make that loop? I'll tell you what, instead of doing that, the footstep, I don't know what I just did there. Okay. Oh, I know. It's because I'm going negative. There we go. So we need to have like a delay. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. Oh, dude. Maybe a timer? Start the timer. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. 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 Let's see if there's other options here. Right. Bear with me, guys. Oh, it's a wait node. Let's see if that works. um, just trying to figure this out, guys. Bear with me. Oh, dude. This was so much easier in Unreal. This was so much easier in Unreal. If that's true, wait for seconds. I mean, they're basically doing the same thing. Why have I... Now I've messed it up. This is so fucking annoying. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh God, this is so annoying. That code there is doing the same as there. If they're moving, we want to do... Why did I do that? Why did I not just plug that in here? It's like we need a delay. I don't know why I duplicated the code there. There has to be something. Thanks for the spam view. Appreciate it. Oh God, in Unreal you could just delay. You could literally do a delay. In here, what? Oh, sorry guys, why is it saying that? Sorry, I must have pushed a button there. I do apologise. Right. Oh, sorry guys, just need to check my sugars. Right, so we've got the Boolean for can play footstep. Currently set to off. So the Boolean for can play footstep is set to off. Right, so set. Okay, right, let's do this. Right, so if the can play foot, right, so if there's no movement, you can't play the footsteps. If there is movement, we're going to set that to yes, you can play footstep. Oh my god. Right. Ah, okay. I need to do another if statement. That's why. Okay, I've got it. Right, so what we're going to do, right, we're basically saying in here, if there's velocity, we're setting the animation, done. We're also saying if they're moving, we can play footsteps. If they're not moving, they can't play footsteps. So then, going off of this, we will then have another if. So if can play footsteps is true, if that's true, right, so if you can play footsteps is true, you want to play the sound and then set that to false. So we're saying we're setting the footsteps to yes, they can play it, and then if that is true, we're going to play the footstep, and then straight after we're going to hold on. If they can play the footsteps, we're going to play it, then we're going to set it to no, they can't play it, and then we're going to do a delay. So we're going to do no, 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 no. That's really annoying. I can't see. No idea if this is going to work. I've got a feeling this might not work. I'm not sure. I really don't know if this is going to work. I mean, it's not a Boolean, so that's probably why it's not working. Oh my fucking god. I can see what the problem is here. It's because every frame, if there's movement, is set in... There's got to be an easier way of doing this. There has to be an easy way of doing this. This seems so long-winded. It's like we want to have it in here. I don't... This can play footsteps nonsense. If I just get rid of that. Can play footsteps. Get rid of that. Get rid of the delay. Right. It's like here, it's like we want to have a delay because if I just had this here and then put the delay after, that's not going to do anything because every time, every frame, it's going to keep playing the sound. So it's like here there needs to be a wait. Wait until doesn't seem right. Wait while. Oh, sorry guys. Bloody hell. It's because I've got my number pad as the thing. That probably won't work. This is probably going to need connecting. Oh, screw Unity. I don't know what a coroutine is. Oh, be right back, guys. Oh, this is stressing me out. Like, in Unreal, I can do this no problem. I just don't understand. All I want to do is have a delay and then play it. Like, why? I need to look up what this coroutine. This is so annoying. Tell you what I'm going to do, guys. So I feel like I've spent this whole stream not being very productive. All I've done this stream is look like an amateur in Unity. But I'm new to this, so, you know, one thing we've got working is the sound. And I fixed the animation from idle to jumping. That's one thing I've done. I'm happy with that. The only thing that's annoying me is this sodding sound effect. I'm going to have to look into this because it's so frustrating. It seems so simple. I've done this in Unreal and it's a piece of cake. But in here, there's some nonsense about coroutine. So I need to look into it because I have no idea what that is. Something so simple with a little delay, a half a second delay. That's all I want to do is say, after half a second, play a song. That is literally it. I don't want all of this nonsense that's going on with coroutine and whatever else is involved. So I'm going to skip that bit for this video, but what I am going to do, I'm going to put in the animation for falling because I just need to do something else other than just not do what I set out to do. Okay, right, so what I need to do, I have two images here. So I will show you this one. So we're going to have this, and it's basically going to be getting the velocity of y. So to be honest, I could have that in a sequence. Instead of doing another unfixed event, I could actually make that. So we're basically adding in the falling animation now, guys. Alright, so let me just have a look at my code. I'm going to leave that sound in there because I'm sure after doing a bit of research, I will find the answer I need. Even though I'm finding it really frustrating for something so simple, it shouldn't be this complicated. It just shouldn't be. Does not make sense. But I've come from Unreal to Unity, so anyway. And I need to look into why that sound isn't playing as loud as it should do, which is annoying. Okay. So if I just go to, this was for the moving, so basically so all this is doing here, how many fixed events do we have? Custom event, on update, jump, custom event, on fixed update. Right, so basically in here, I'm going to add I'm basically going to make this a sequence because I don't want to have to do another on fixed event. I think that might be a bit too intensive on the system. So the idea is we're going to have it as a sequence. So on fixed date sequence, the first one is going to do this. It's going to check if the player is moving. If it is, we'll do the run animation. Okay, so if I just click on the character sheet here, the scene, across the scene. So if I go on player scene, yeah, okay. So jumping, moving, jumping. Hold on, 1 second. Where have I got that variable? CH jumping. Where have I put that? It's in here, isn't it? Ground check. There we go. Right, okay, so the jumping's in there. The moving is up there. So this next one we're doing is falling. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna unplug that. We're going to move that there, move this down. we're going to have a sequence. So that'll be the first one. Well, second. Oh my god. This is another thing I don't like about Unity's thing. The lines just look so messy. So messy. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is I need to set up a scene boolean. So this one is going to be called ch falling. Now, the reason why I've called it ch falling is because I think we've already got a variable called falling. So ch stands for character. Okay, so this is a scene one. So throughout this level, basically, this is going to be applicable to the whole level. Okay, so ch falling. All right. So this is basically very similar to this code. It's almost identical, apart from the this is x is going to be y, and this is just going to be less than 0. It's not going to be the not equal to. All right, so fairly straightforward. So I'm going to, we need an if statement. I'm just going to move this down here, so I don't want the code to get too confused. Right. Okay, so I'm going to get the velocity here. Actually, oh, sod it. I'll just okay. Right, so basically what that's doing, guys. Oh my god. I can't deal with these spaghetti in Unity. I just can't deal with it. It's so annoying. Okay, so we're getting the velocity of y. If the velocity of y is less than 0, i.e. the character is falling, and if that's true, we're going to set the variable of that to true. Okay? I'm going to move this one down here because that sound was to play here if the character's moving. Right, so if the character is falling, as in the velocity of y is below 0, we're going to say they are falling. Okay. And then we're going to copy that again. If it's false, we're going to say they're not falling. Okay. Quite straightforward, 2 sequences, and I'll be able to see that code running when I test it. Alright, so the falling, if it's less, if it's not, it's that. Right, so now that we've got that bit done, I'm just going to save that, close that image, and then I'm going to open the other image, which is for the fall. So now I need to go onto here. And we need to add a boolean on here for is falling. So is moving, is jumping, is falling. So then again, I don't know why I haven't done this in a sequence. I think I could do that as a sequence, but I don't want to because it's working at the moment. I'm worried that if I change that all to be a sequence, it might mess it up. But I could test it. I could copy the code and just test it and see if it does work. But anyway, let's just quickly do this. Right, so right. So just to clarify, falling, get. Alright, so I think that basically means if that's true, if ch falling is true, then we set the boolean on the animator to is falling. Okay. Okay. So now we get the fall. So basically we're going to have two here. So basically from the jump to the fall, okay, we're going to turn off has exit time. And that is going to be 0, and the condition is going to be is falling true. And then, so basically what this animation sequence is doing here, this is the transition from the character being in the jumping animation to the falling. So if the character has gone from idle or running and then they're jumping, after they've jumped they will then fall back down. So that transition from being airborne with the jump animation to then when the y-axis starts to go below 0, it will transition to the falling animation. And that's what we're saying here. And then what we need to do a transition from running to falling. So basically if they're running on a platform and they fall off the edge, then it would go straight to the falling animation. So turn off has exit time, the transition is 0, and the condition again is going to be is falling true. You kind of then, right, so basically if they run off the edge and they're falling, we then need a transition back from falling so they wouldn't go from falling to jumping because they've already done that. So we do a transition back to run, but this time the transition is if they've stopped falling, so is falling false. Yeah? So if they're falling and then they're stopping, but if the player is moving A and D, they've got momentum or velocity, right? So if they're falling, and they're still kind of trying to move, then they would kind of go into the run animation when they're not falling. So that'd be that transition. But if the character is falling and they're not pressing any keys, then if the character lands on a platform, they will go to the idle animation. So technically, we need a transition from the fall to the idle for that reason. Okay? So I'm going to turn that off, put that on 0, and the condition for this transition is falling false. So you can see here, this is starting to get complicated. Oh my god. So you can see the flow with the animation transitions. It makes sense when you look at the arrows and how they're... You just have to think about the position the character's going to be in. Like, what are they doing? Are they falling from the air? If they're falling from the air, is the player going to be moving? No, they're not. If they stand still, the character will fall and drop. So you just have to think of the different situations the character could be in. I think I've got that right. So if I save this and go in here, we can test this. So can you see that? I can hear that sound. I need to look into why that's not being as loud as it should be. Do you see that, guys? Look. Remember I was saying just now about the transition. So if our character is falling, so they jump. So basically, when she jumps up, the cape at the back flaps quite fast. One good way of testing this without affecting these variables will get reset. If I put the jump strength at 50. Sorry, I know what I've just done. Sorry, guys. Oh, shit. Whoa. Why did she go flying? What? Okay. I'm just going to put that at 25. That's ridiculous. Why? I don't understand that. I literally... How did that make it send her flying through the floor? Right, so what we're doing here, I just want to add a bit more jump height so you can actually see. Right, so you can see. It's just for watching the animation transition, yeah? So she jumps up. When she jumps up, the skirt flaps at the back and her hair kind of goes back. But when she comes down, the skirt... I'm calling it a skirt. It's more like a cloak. It's basically a cloak, but it kind of looks like a bit of a skirt. So when she comes down, it buffs out like a umbrella. So that is just to test that the animation is working. So you can see here we're not moving at all. We're static. We jump straight up, straight down, boom. Now we can test this. If we jump up and then keep moving. So cool. So cool. Alright, so that variable's reset. Right, so the animation is working. I'm happy with that. And what's really good to see is this part. So she's not falling at the moment. When we jump up and come down, she's falling. And you can see that this one as well. That's all working. I'm really happy with that. So that sequence is not affecting... That's not affecting the animation. So I've nailed this section here. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so I'm just going to save that. Now the next test is going to be over here. So I want to try and put this basically in a sequence. So that's going to be 3. So if I just do sequence, 3, there we go. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's basically just, I mean, hopefully, I really wish the graphs in here had the option to straighten the nodes out. Like, they just look so messy. Right, so now that we've done that as a sequence, it should still work. Let's just test it. Perfect. So I got rid of 2 fixed updates for the Sprite animator. So potentially saved on the system performance there. So that's perfect. So we have running animation, the jumping and the falling. So we have 3 different animations. And we have I'm sorry, I keep jumping. It's really satisfying just watching the animation come to life. Now, I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move this stuff down here, and this is basically just going to be, I'm going to call this animation booleans. Save that. That's all good. Just going to move that over there actually. It's not in use at the minute. So these are all the other things we have here. We've got quite a few different things. I kind of want to use the... I don't know if I want to give her a slide ability. Yeah. Right, so we have achieved some stuff tonight. We've got the jump sound effects. We've got... I'll just recap. So we have jump sound effect. We have the falling animation. Yeah. I'm actually quite happy that jump. It feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Maybe a tiny bit of tweaking on the values to, you know, until I've actually put the levels in, the full level design. And it's going to be really easy because I'm doing this on graph paper. So it's literally, it's going to take me no time at all. So, so yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. I don't want that to be too long. I'm sorry I spent quite a lot of the time trying to get this bloody footstep sound working. I'm going to look into that because it just doesn't make sense why something so simple in Unreal seems so arse backwards in Unity. So I need to look into that. I'm sure there is a proper way of doing it. It's just finding out what that way is. And I'm going to look into the sound effect for the jump because that should definitely be louder. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to get the ground sound. Now, a way of I can think of doing that is if... Is there a then statement? Yeah, it's kind of like Yeah, it's at what point do you where would you put the full sound? I also want to add in some kind of dust effect when she's running. So with the footsteps and the dust, it would look so cool. Like she's already got a bit of life with that tiny bit of jump sound. Just having that jump sound in there really does. It just gives a bit of life, you know. I know you guys can't really hear that, but it is there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that, give us a follow on Twitch. You can also subscribe to the YouTube. Links in the panel. I post all of the dev streams into my YouTube channel for watching back with a bag of popcorn or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and be good.